You are listening to The Real Estate Ride. Make sure to subscribe and enjoy the show.
We prepare every house to be sold FHA, period.
Well, and honestly, you're kind of doing a disservice if you don't, because there are a lot of first-time home buyers that are FHA approved only, that are not conventional loan. So there are a lot of FHA buyers, and I think especially with the COVID thing right now, the more we go in and the more that happens with the housing market, the more FHA buyers you're going to see. So we literally make sure that any house that we do will pass FHA.
So we are recording now. So this call today and video call is about how to generate deals on Facebook organically, specifically organically, not paid ads. That would be a whole separate call. We have set aside an hour and a half today to go over this. We want to make sure that we leave time for questions. We want it to be interactive, so if you have questions, please ask. But we're just going to show you what we're doing, and we can share with you a couple of deals that we've got from Facebook. And yeah, we'll just show you how we're doing it. Let's see here. I got to share the screen. Okay, so you'll find that there are many groups in your area that you can join. So we have joined multiple groups. Okay, so I'll show you. You guys can see my screen, okay?
I see it perfect. Looks good.
Okay. So over here, and I don't use the Facebook laptop version very often,
Seymour.
but I see one group already. We got a lead for a house right here.
In our own neighborhood.
Potters Grove residents only. Okay. And if we click on that group, you'll see there's only 386 members. Okay. And so one strategy for you is to join your local community group, and then you're going to find additional groups in your area. Some of them that we've had the most success with are wholesale groups, and you'll find some of the wholesalers post junk, but there are still good wholesalers out there, and they will post deals in there every day. We actually post our deals in there. This is one of our triplexes that we put up on the market for sale. But you'll see still available, $6,000 vacant land in Newark, looking to build near Chestnut Street. Okay. So if we wanted to build a house, there's a lead right there.
I have a student that wholesales lots like that. So that's a lead you can maybe pay forward and get paid on in the future. I'll get you their contact. Send it to you. They do land.
CG.
That's fantastic. Yeah, they have a fantastic program, I've heard. We haven't been through it, but I've heard nothing but great things about their program.
We met Jack at Sean McCloskey's speaker training. He was in the same one that we were.
So while you're in this group, you'll also see there's other groups in here, okay, that you can join. We haven't even joined all these groups yet. This one looks like it's a newer group. It's only 1,100 members, but don't take the size of the group as a deterrent, because as we just showed you, we got a deal from our neighborhood group, and there's only 386 people in there.
I think the biggest thing is that, you have to let people know what you're doing, right? Whether that's people that you know or people that you're associated with or any kind of contact whatsoever. If you know what, if you're putting it out there as to what you're doing, then people will know. If you keep your mouth shut, then it's going to be difficult to do any business.
Well, you'll teach yourself one way or the other, because what'll happen is your neighbor's house will sell and you'll meet somebody that made a huge profit on it. And
I would recommend if you're like me and you get sucked into Facebook land, all right, you want to set a specific time and a time limit on you going in these groups and looking for deals if you're doing it yourself.
Because you will be on all day long.
I understand marketplaces are different, but give them an idea, because I think that schedule blocking is something important we all need to, be concentrating on. And so what's going to be like if they spent, let's say, an hour on there, how many groups should they be trying to join in that time or something like that?
So your real estate business success is 100% dependent on consistency of looking for deals. And that is the most important thing for you to do to be successful and have a large selection of choices of properties that you can take on. And you're going to find deals that you don't want to keep either, that aren't for you. But if you know it's a smoking deal, I mean, deals are hard to find. You could put it under contract and wholesale it to someone else. Now, in the instance of the wholesale group that we shared with you, these are already deals that are under contract from another wholesaler. Now, we don't do co-wholesaling with others. We just avoid that. It turns into a problem.
We've been burned too many times.
Yeah, we've been burned getting paid our joint venture fee, and so we just don't do it. But if it's a smoking deal and you could even close on the wholesaler's deal, and if there's still a spread, you could put it back on the market right away and sell it, or do a whole tail, put a little bit of money in it and resell it.
But really, all you have to do is decide how much time you have to spend on finding the deal.
Right.
How much time you're willing to spend, I guess, finding a deal. And how far you want to go, whether it's just looking for deals for yourself or if you're going to look for deals to wholesale. But I would definitely recommend at least probably an hour at first, just kind of getting to know the groups and figuring out what groups you want to join and if that makes sense for you to join. I mean, if you're going to join a wholesaling group, are you looking specifically just to buy for yourself? Are you looking for deals that you could wholesale to somebody else? So it really just depends on how much time you have to dedicate to your entire business, and then, go from there. But I definitely set a time because you eat. For sure.
Hey, here's an ask. So are you specifically joining real estate groups or real estate related groups like these wholesalers? Or are you joining mommy groups or like community markets and such? Like, what are you looking for right now?
We've done real estate groups specifically, and then we've also done just marketplace kind of type stuff.
City groups.
Yeah, city groups stuff.
County groups. They're just specific. They're just groups. It's just a community group for people to post whatever they want to post. But if you're scanning groups for deals, then you also want to join like the buy sell trade groups, the online marketplace groups where they're selling products and services, because you can go in there and you can find a lot of times for sale by owner homes. And you can also find people, if you're intelligent enough and you read the comments, hey, I'm looking for someone to paint my house and work on my deck. I'm getting ready to sell it. That's a lead, right? So you need to be creative in your thought process and read between the lines, right? Someone's having a yard sale, you could just send a quick message. Hey,
Or a moving sale.
I saw you're having a yard sale. Are you going to sell your property by chance? You know, you can private message people on Facebook now for free. They used to charge $1 for it a number of years ago. So that's one method of you finding deals, is actually reading comments and just spending a little time each day. You should be able to read through all the comments in one group in a 24-hour period within 5 minutes tops. So if you dedicate just 5 minutes to 12 groups, you know, that gives you an hour where you're in 12 groups. And then another important aspect is you can post in those groups to have
Right.
people message you. So, do any of you use bandit signs? Who uses bandit signs still? Use them like crazy. They work wonderfully.
Just saw one yesterday that's you can't bleached completely. So,
So you have the ability to just take a picture of your bandit sign. And if you want to really track your performance of your business, which you should, I would use a specific call capture number for Facebook marketing. And you just take a picture of We Buy Houses sign with your
Unique number.
your unique phone number on there, and take a picture of it in a yard. And it could be one of your homes, it could be your personal home, it could be whatever. You don't even have to have a home.
Just
that you could
picture of a sign.
picture of a sign in a yard would be sufficient. If you want to build branding around that, then I would start using some branded signs.
Yeah, and it can be just a picture of a bandit sign with your call capture phone number on it, and then throw your logo on the bottom of that picture so that it's branded specifically for you.
Yep. And then you have the phone number in the picture. People look at posts more with pics attached. And I would also put the phone number in the description because some people, I don't know why, but they'll see the sign and don't even pay attention to the phone number.
and you make it easy for them to grab it, like to copy and paste or grab it when it's not just a picture as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So,
You'll be able to find out what Facebook pages are really kind of going to help you, and ones that are going to suck your time and not really do much of anything. The Columbus Dealmakers off-market real estate one is pretty active consistently, and it has deals that make sense and that are just not people out there trying to scam you. Now, there are some scammers, don't get me wrong, that you have to figure that out as well, and you have to be kind of savvy and figure, just do diligence. Do your yeah, that word. Do your diligence and your homework on the property.
You say
But do your diligence.
do your due diligence.
But you can pull the property up on the auditor's website or the tax collector's website, depending on what your state calls it, because Florida is the tax collector still, and Ohio is an auditor. So, but for instance, this contract for sale, clearly he's a wholesaler. Because if you're a wholesaler in Ohio, especially, you cannot advertise a house for sale. You have to advertise a contract for sale.
Yes, he
Just own the house. So ask us how we know.
So you have to read the group's rules and regulations so you follow them. This specifically says in the title, off-market real estate. So I'm an agent as well. I cannot post a property in here that's on the MLS. It would be a violation of the group's terms and conditions, and they would delete my post, and they may suspend me or remove me from the group. Okay? So read the rules and make sure you're following their rules. If you don't like their rules, hey, start your own group. Right?
Which is what I was going to actually say. If you live in a neighborhood like ours, the Potters Grove neighborhood, it's just a housing development that has probably 300 or so houses in it. And if you don't have one for your neighborhood and you think that would be a good idea, we like when our escape artist of dogs get out, we throw it on there. So our neighbors can be on the lookout. If people have yard sales, it goes on there. If people have things for sale, if they're giving things away, if their houses are for sale by owner, they're working market and looking for a real estate agent. All kinds of stuff. Neighborhood.
Who knows a good real estate agent?
So one thing I encourage and have met some awesome people because of, I encourage anybody doing real estate deals, when they see a bandit sign, they should call it and at minimum develop a relationship, get on that person's list, put them on your list. They're claiming to be cash buyers lots of times. So this guy, Samuel Deegan here, you don't have to drive around and see a bandit sign. He's basically letting you know he's a wholesaler when he says he's got a contract for sale. And if you don't know him, that's a great way to spark up a relationship as fast as him answering his phone, because he's probably checking his own Facebook marketing and say, hey, I'm interested in this house and any others that you got. Buy cash. Let's start PMing, right? And let's get on each other's lists.
Exactly.
Yep.
Great point. We found business partners actually in Florida that way. We called on their bandit sign.
Yeah.
To see what they were doing and what other properties they had. Then we formed a business relationship. We had a duplex in Naples that we had as a vacation rental for several years.
Yep.
And then things kind of went south on their end and we dissolved the company. But that's a great point. Always call on bandit signs because one, you get to know your competition and what they have. And you can always collaborate and you can always work deals with people that have properties, or, you may have a buyer and you can't find anything or they can't find anything. So then you can kind of, like Jay mentioned earlier, JV.
Yep.
Which could be a little tricky. It's been successful sometimes, but.
Yeah, with them, we actually formed an LLC, a company together.
Right.
But that can be dangerous too. It almost became dangerous for us, which is why we dissolved it. The one partner started drinking heavily, and then
using company money to
money
go to the bar,
disappearing out of the account. So we sold the duplex property that we had together
to another investor.
But we made around $60,000 on that deal. And we wholesaled, I think, 4 or 5 deals together. One for 10, one for 20, one for 5,000, another one for 15. So that that was $100,000
right
phone call.
Yep.
So when we say it's important to make connections, it's $100,000 important.
Absolutely. No, always have everything in writing. If you're partnering with anybody, whether it's a JV agreement for one specific deal, whether you set up an LLC and form a company with an operating agreement, make sure that you get everything in writing and everything signed by everyone, because that way it will just make sure that you don't have the issues that we've had in the past with co-wholesaling anything.
To include, as morbid as it sounds, especially on the front of being excited about something, your divorce strategy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, that's true.
Yep. Yeah, so we clean, we made a clean break with those partners in Florida. They're doing their own thing. We're doing our own thing. We're still grateful that we met and did business together. It's just unfortunate that, he was a drinker in the past and started drinking again. And I have that history myself, from 15 years ago. And I just didn't want to deal with that. And I'm sure my wife didn't want to deal with that a second time.
Absolutely.
She already dealt with it
I
once.
dealt with it once, and Jay knows it's not ever going to be dealt with as far as I'm concerned. So, but yeah,
So,
business partner wise or life partner wise,
yes.
been there, done that. Not going to do it again.
So, little extra side nugget there for you. So another example I wanted to share from another group. Let me go back. Hopefully this keeps me in Facebook.
Yeah, you just have to type in there. If you know what the group is.
I was looking for groups that I'm.
Go to your page over there.
Oh, right here. Groups.
No. Go to your profile.
Sorry guys, I don't know how to use Facebook laptop version.
Go to Oh well, heck. Should be in there somewhere, but it's not. Go back up.
How about we go to the home page?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Then it should be right here.
I can navigate that. See, you don't even have to know how to use this very well.
The new version, I don't have this version. The updated version. Over here.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so here's a Granville, Ohio selling wall. That's the town right next to us. Those are a little bit higher end homes.
Or even.
And
Okay.
there's 48,400 members in this group. Okay. So you'll see,
It's really just a buy, sell, kind of anything.
yeah,
But here's a great example.
here you go. Updates throughout. Okay, could be an agent. Newer furnace. Home doesn't qualify for FHA. 2 acres.
So that's probably not a real estate agent then, right?
This one is probably not. Right.
And so things like that then you got a lease option play potentially on it if it doesn't qualify for FHA. And weird enough, people think, oh, it doesn't qualify for FHA simply because one of the bedrooms doesn't have any flooring, just subfloor in it. And it literally could qualify with $35 worth of stick down tile. And that's it.
That's a good point. Yeah. And in fact, that looks like maybe the problem that there's no flooring.
And then right here is a community garage sale. Like, that. Go throw out some bandit signs around there for the weekend.
Yeah. And also, as we were scrolling, I saw there's cleaners that post that they have some availability. So if you're looking for somebody to clean houses, if you rehab houses, and you need a cleaner so that you personally don't have to go clean, but if you're looking for somebody that has the ability to clean, then you can find them on these sites as well. So it's not just for necessarily deals, but it's for any people that you're looking for. We have some vacation rentals that I just join the area selling walls when we go down to set them up wherever they may be. So I can find cleaners, I can find handyman, I can find furniture if we need it. So we use Facebook a lot in our business in general, whether it's for deals, whether it's for people that we need specific tasks done, or furniture for staging, furniture for vacation rentals. We use it for lots of different stuff.
Man, that was a good deal on that pool pump. Can you go? I'm just kidding. Those are hard to find nowadays.
Go buy that full pump and take the house with it.
So interesting. I've used that as a form of getting leads too. So estate sales often have property connected to them, and when you go on the day of their sales, you know you can get great deals if you're a reseller like me. But I'll come in and I just throw my card and say I want to buy the house, and then sometimes the owner's there and you get a chance to talk to them. But what you'll find is they go, oh yeah, we'll put you with the rest of them that want to buy this house that came by. So that's a common thing apparently. Well, I go, yeah, that's cool. Put me with the rest, but I pay a 10% bird dog fee, pay 10% finder's fee or whatever I make for it. Oh, you just moved to the front of the list. So, and you pay that to a estate sale auctioneer, whatever runner that does one every other week, every weekend, and might send you some more leads and help to give you a foot in the door. They already picked them to do business with, and referrals close at such a higher rate. So they're gonna pick you if you gave them a 10% check.
Yep. That's a great point. So all of the groups on Facebook have about this group, and that gives you
Right here.
the breakdown of what they're going to allow you to do and what they're not going to allow you to do. So Jay has said that he's a real estate agent. Clearly, we are in real estate. We also are coaches, so we have a coaching group. So where it says no promotions or spam, we can't say, hey, we are coaches in real estate and we'd like to have, we have a few openings. That cannot go on this post or in this selling wall whatsoever. And we can't self-promote him as a real estate agent. Now, somebody puts in there that they're looking for a real estate agent. You can obviously comment that you're an agent and you could give them a call, give me a call at my office kind of thing, or send me an email. But as far as like placing an ad and going all out that this is what we do and this is how we do it, and that's not allowed.
No.
So,
But I don't see anything wrong with putting a post in there that says we buy houses. If they say something, you can take it down, but I don't see why they would say anything about that. We haven't had any issues with that. You can also just type in the comments, I need to buy another house this week. I got $200,000 to spend. Like, who's got a property for me?
well, and some don't have those rules. Just this specific selling wall does. Some just say, I see no hate speech or bullying a lot, be kind and courteous a lot, and respect everyone's privacy. But as far as no promotions or spam, sometimes that's in there, sometimes that's not. So it just kind of depends on the wall.
But you have to know what they're looking for too. Like, there's a difference if you're an agent and you post a house on there that you have for sale. You're selling a product. It's a house. But if you're posting there on an agent, like, hey, I have reduced listing fees, let me list your property. And they're probably going to say something about that.
See, I think this one was a little.
Here's another group. This one has 5,200 members. And I know I have to move this out of the way.
I just saw it before you. Well, and I don't think they have any rules. That's just the people.
Okay. They don't have any rules in here. Let me go back and double check.
It's Newark, so probably not.
Rules. If you have more than 5 pictures, make an album. You may bump up twice a day. Do not re-add a new post picture on here. Bump the one you have already backed up. This goes for ads too. So they don't care if you do ads on here. No scams on here for animals. No baby formula, baby food, illegal drugs. No, oh man, no alcoholic beverage sales. Darn it.
So yeah, like I said,
Please-
it depends on the.
Please add your price, size to your pictures if you're selling clothes. Delete your old posts. Use common sense.
Does that even exist anymore? I'm not really sure, but.
No drop side cribs or car seats. Okay, so that gives you the rules for this group. And if you are worried about remembering all that, you can just put it in an Excel sheet, which group you joined, in a little bar beside it on what the rules are, especially if you're going to have an admin do it for you, which you can definitely hire somebody for $4 or $5 an hour in the Philippines to do this for you. But you would need to either add them to your business page as an admin or give them your login for your personal page, which you might not necessarily want to do. So that's why we recommend also that you guys get not only your personal Facebook profile page, but your business profile page, because you can assign admins
To business pages.
and then they're not able to log in to your personal page.
You can set up on business pages, you can set up admins, you can set up editors, you can set up different roles, page roles. So yeah, we definitely recommend having a personal page. Now you can cross post on your personal page and your business page, and we do that often, but definitely have one for business and one for personal, because sometimes you want to cross post and sometimes you don't.
Any questions on that so far?
Do you want to start sharing or continue sharing? Our dogs are going to go crazy for a few minutes.
I'm going to mute us for one. The animals are being released.
So the one that you got 150,000 on, I just wanted to ask, was that one where you found it like by I guess what they call trolling or looking for the deal, or was that one where one of your posts out there somebody responded to and then you got a deal? Which way did that go, out of curiosity?
Question. So that was just trolling, me being on there, and I saw the post in the morning, and at the time this was a neighborhood that was selling at the time for around 95 to 100,000, and this was even 6 or 7 years ago. Okay. And then what happened was I reached out right away. They had put on there that they wanted 40 grand. So I was like, oh, yeah, I got to get there. Okay. So I contacted them and said, I'd like to buy your house, pay cash and close as fast as we can. I just need to come and look at it real quick. And then he said, well, I have an agent. Okay, I'm logging in the MLS now. Oh, well, maybe I am. Hopefully I remember my password.
I'm just gonna keep you on the story. So you said that he says, I got an agent.
Yeah, he said, I have an agent. I said, great. All right, well, I'm not going to mess with that right now because I don't remember my password. But I said, great. Call your agent. Have him come over. We'll write it up. He told me who his agent was. So instead of waiting, I just called the agent directly and said, hey, I'm buying this house. This guy said he wants to use you. He said, well, he hasn't even called me yet. And I said, great. Just meet me over there as soon as you can. So speed of implementation is key, folks. Be there first, be there fast. Don't waste time. And we went over, it was a hoarder house. There was 5 30-yard dumpsters with crap in there.
5?
Yeah, it was 30-yard dumpsters. The dumpster clean out, dumpster fees alone were $2,500. But he rehabbed it, sold it on a lease option. We collected like $3,500 up front. We were making around $350 a month on the rent. They moved out within a year. We did it again. Resold it for $105. They were there for about a year. We made about $400 a month on the rent. Next person moved in. We collected another. I think we sold it for $110 and got another $4,000 down.
They were there for a long time.
And they were there for years.
Never executed.
We kept raising the rent every year and the price of the house. They got up to $120 on their last option. And
because they never executed. And we re-signed the deal. It was always the rent increased and the price of the house increased because the market was changing so much.
You get a new fee? Did you get a new fee each time, out of curiosity?
yes. And we raised the rent. So the last time we rented to them, we were making $600 a month on the rent for like 2-year period. So all together, from the time that we got it, then we rehabbed it again, and we just sold it this year for $150,000.
Yeah.
$150,000. And our loan balance at that time was like roughly 45 grand.
So here's a question, or something that I don't want to skip over is, we're at a hoarder's house, right? And you say I buy it as is with the contents.
You're breaking up. I lost you.
Rather than like this, and when we don't know that, man, I've taken stuff on saying, man, I'll make money maybe off of this contents, and then dumpsters later. So is there a number, like when you look, that you would recommend people figure in when they say, "Yo, you may gain a couple things, but it's not versus there's a true expense involved with that find."
I'm sorry, Jonathan. I only got part of what you were saying. You were breaking up a lot. And are we breaking as well? Or is it just on Jonathan's side?
It's Jonathan.
It's probably
It's just Jonathan. Jonathan.
see if
Moving around his prop.
I'm so fast that the satellites can't track me, man. It's on purpose. But my ask is, okay, we've been to that house, and for the seasoned veterans here, we kind of know this answer. But for people who haven't done many deals, you come to a hoarder house and you think you got a hookup buy. They say, yeah, you can keep all the stuff. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna make some extra money, aren't I? And that's not the case, is it?
No, definitely not.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, what do you figure, from those kind of experiences? 5 dumpster loads. And what's a dumpster cost there? $500? Yeah, you're $2,500. So, what do you figure when you go and they go, hey, I'm gonna do you a favor, you can keep everything too?
Well, I educate them up front. Like, we can do this 2 ways. You can empty everything, and then I explain the cost of the dumpsters to them. And I explain that if we do it, I know it's going to be around 5 dumpsters. And that's the fee just for the dumpster. And then I have to pay a team of 4 guys for an entire week to empty this house. So you're talking anywhere from, $5,000 to $7,500 just to empty the house out. So, which would you prefer to do, for a seller? Because I'm flexible.
Well, and we use that as negotiation on price too. Honestly, if the house is full of stuff and we know it's going to cost us between $7,500 and $10,000 just to empty it, to get it started, then we can say, well, listen, we are going to allow you to leave all of this stuff and not have to deal with it. So that's a bonus on your side. But now you're going to have to kind of negotiate with us on your price point, because we're going to have an extra 75 to 10 grand to just get it ready to start working on.
Solid.
Does anybody else have any questions about anything at this point?
Anybody want to look at any areas, any groups in your area?
I did have one question. I wanted to know a little bit more about what would make a house not FHA besides just flooring.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead, Annie.
I was going to say one of the biggest things that we find here in Ohio anyway is chilling. I cannot speak.
Chilling. Never heard of that before.
Peeling and chipping paint is a big no-no for FHA. Now, clearly that's something that can be fixed pretty easily. Unless it's like the whole house that's peeling and chipping, and then there's a definite added expense to that. But any kind of peeling, chipping paint around windows or doors or fascia or anything like that, that's a big red flag for FHA.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, Rebecca, a house that's not perfect. That guidelines are pretty strict. So you could have a broken, outlet cover, and that could fail an FHA inspection. Now, those are easily fixable things, as you grow and know, but I'm telling you, if you got exposed wiring, the electrical foundation, there's just
In the foundation.
and
Yeah, there's we could actually do an entire call on that. So
We will.
if you guys have interest, we would be happy to do that call for you and give you a detailed list, because it'll be highly beneficial for you in a few ways. Number one, you'll know what you need to do right up front to the property to prepare it. We prepare every house to be sold FHA, period.
Well, and honestly, you're kind of doing a disservice if you don't, because there's so many people, especially right now, because interest rates are low, that are buying houses that will only qualify for FHA loans. The guidelines are a little looser than. That was lovely, our dog. Oh, gotta love it when you're working in the office at home. A couple more days and we should be in an office, so that's good. But anyway, back to what I was saying. There are a lot of first-time home buyers that are FHA approved only, that are not conventional loan. So there are a lot of FHA buyers, and I think especially with the COVID thing right now, the more we go in and the more that happens with the housing market, the more FHA buyers you're going to see. So we literally make sure that any house that we do will pass FHA.
And here's why. They're not wanting to rule out so much of their buying field, because let's just talk about the other buyers. They're either got to have all cash or a conventional loan. Conventional is going to require 20% of the sale price down. So a lot of people aren't sitting on 20 grand just to even get into the loan. So we're ruling out not just
Probably 8.
Yeah, right. So that's why you want to make a house FHA sellable. Or if you know that that's too big of a job, then you may have a different exit strategy, like lease to own, where those kind of inspections aren't gonna, bite you in the end so much.
Yeah, I was specifically talking about fix and flips that we do. If we know we're going to lease option a house, we don't necessarily fix all of the FHA stuff. We typically do, but we may leave a few things depending on the situation on the property.
If it's a lease option.
Yeah, and that's why you would pick sometimes that strategy is that it's too much to get that house to FHA, and that's why lease option actually works there. That's why we can take on heavily leveraged houses and still make great income on a lease option property potentially.
Yeah. About 2/3 of our buyers in our area are FHA. So if you don't have your house FHA approved ready and you're not willing to do that prior to closing, then you're really losing 65% of the buyer pool for your property. That's not very smart business decision to do that.
Stop petting her. Out of here.
Anyway, that's the same as well for VA loans and rural development, or known as USDA loans. They all follow the same guidelines. There's a handful of basics like handrails, peeling, chipping paint, junction boxes that are not have a cap, or there's some exposed wiring not in a junction box. Cover plate missing, a small drip underneath the sink.
Here's a question. You got your house FHA-ready, right? It gets multiple offers. An offer comes in that is, they're selling the house for 100,000, and you get two offers. One's 105, the other's 105. One's FHA and one's conventional, and they got the same close date, and they're asking for nothing, no closing costs. Which do you guys pick?
Definitely the conventional loan.
See?
Everybody knows
Jump through. Less hoops to jump through for sure.
it's a stronger borrower. They have a higher credit profile, and they're
More
less risk.
skin in the game with a higher down payment.
But just
Falling apart in multiple ways. That's be it for underwriting being more strict with FHA, and you find out, oh, your buyer changed their job, their second job in the last 6 months, and then it gets kicked out the days before, or they didn't do the same level of inspections that are chances of bump a deal out. So yeah, I'm for you. I knew what your answer was, but I didn't know that everybody knew. I didn't know everybody knew, so I thought that was a good way to take it potentially.
yeah. So, do you guys have any other questions about how to monetize Facebook organically so far? I do have one other thing that I want to tell you before we wrap up for the day.
Right.
Okay. So if you guys are working on your properties, or someone is working on them for you, post daily progress
Or even weekly, but daily would definitely.
yeah, or every other day or whatever, in these groups, and on your business page and on your personal page, because people will see you working in the business, working on your property. And eventually what happens is everybody in your area finds out that you do real estate. That's your job, to notify them of that. And so you'll start getting a lot of calls for referrals from other people.
Yep. We do Facebook Live a lot at properties that we're working on, properties that we have coming on the market, properties that we just obtained, properties that we have available for lease option, for rent, any kind of thing, really. It gets the property out there, it gets us out there, and we've really kind of gotten lots of leads from that too. And just making sure that people know what you're doing.
Jay and Annie, I got a question for you. This is Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hi. How do you promote that on Facebook without people finding out that you're doing a rehab and going out and stripping and the copper out of your place or destroying it? You just don't show the address, or
Right. Yeah, we don't ever mention the address. Just say that we're at a property that we have under rehab, or that it's just finishing up, or
Yep.
I mean, ultimately they could probably, if they are really savvy, figure that out via Facebook Live video, but we never really.
Yeah, like most copper criminals. Really savvy, not lazy.
Exactly. So yeah, we try to make sure that we just we start it on the inside of the house typically, or right outside of the house, and then just walk in within the first few seconds, so that there's no real way of knowing the neighborhood or the address.
I'm going to make a recommendation to everyone right now that will save you a lot of stress and heartache. And it's called SimpliSafe.
Yeah, we do have some properties in Columbus, Columbus is about 30 to 45 minutes drive from us. So we're not there every day. We do have people working on them often, but we learned that the hard way, to be honest. We get to know your neighbors too, the property around you, because they will be eye spies for you.
Oh yes.
I might call you about everything, whether it's somebody's. I think we got a phone call once that there was a car parked out back of one of our properties pretty consistently, and then we showed up one day and the car was there, and
It was just a hook.
it was a hooker that the guys were meeting in the backyard of the house. So hey, whatever. I'm glad we could.
About you could rest.
It's happy hour in the alley.
Yeah, which they just parked in the driveway to the house, and
Pretty sure the house gets 10%.
it was a brothel without me even knowing that we owned. But yeah, get to know the neighbors on your rehab projects, and yeah, we do not show addresses or mention addresses either.
Here's why we choose SimpliSafe. It runs off of one outlet, and you do not need internet. So, and it's just peel and stick.
Yep.
So you can literally install it in like 20 minutes.
And you can access everything from your phone. You can set the alarms. You can get notified that something's happening. Oh, look, Sean Brady's looking. Look, he's got a pancake flipper.
Oh man,
in his office.
it's on fire.
My office is the kitchen.
So, okay, what was I gonna say? It was something specific about it. Oh, don't forget. Oh my God. Don't forget to register with your city.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
required. We did not know that initially, and we installed it, and the police didn't show up. We're like, you guys suck. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, where's your permit?
Do you have an alarm permit? Are you being registered with the city?
So,
Which
this
a city that we live in is not required.
it's different from city to city. So make sure you call,
So that you can
or they won't show up.
register your alarm and get a permit for your alarm, which is like, I think, $15 or something like that. It wasn't ridiculously expensive. They would stay off unless it's registered.
It's an alarm system. SimpliSafe is an alarm system and not a showing system.
Correct.
Right. It's an alarm system.
And it allows your workers in, or
You can set a code. You can actually set multiple codes if you want. A code for contractors, a code for your plumber, so you know who's there and when they're there. You'll get notified that
Is it a camera?
It has motion.
you can
It
get
has
camera.
cameras. It has voice. Like, I think it has voice.
I don't know if it has voice. It's where you can talk. I know it does.
It has motion and cameras, because we use those features.
Is there a monthly fee?
It's $25.
Yeah, it's.
$24.99 technically.
I think there's a lower option too, $12.50 a month maybe.
And that's just with motion.
But that was just one feature. It didn't do something. For some reason, we upgraded to the $20.25 a month. But when you're done rehabbing your house, you just go in and pull them all off, take it with you. Or we actually offer it for sale with our property separately. So we tell them it has an alarm system, but it's not included. If you'd like to buy it, we just charge what we paid for it. And I think it's $250 or $300. So it will save you. I mean, literally, these houses got broken into. The police didn't show up. They stole over $17,000 worth of stuff. Don't do that.
Yeah.
This is a $17,000.
They also, well, it was in a historic society section of town too. So they stole all of the glass doorknobs. They stole all of the old school vent register, all the copper stuff. They stole all the copper plumbing, all of the
things.
the air conditioner.
And yeah, the insurance paid for most of it, but it was a battle for months because they wanted to pay out not the antique price. You know, they wanted to pay out the
Replacement cost.
$10 doorknob price and not the $45 antique knob price.
So, lesson learned. Now we have SimpliSafe on
SimpliSafe.
all of our
2 thumbs up. 7 thumbs up.
Cheap insurance. Good deal.
Definitely. Anybody else have any questions?
I don't know if I'm ready to do a deal yet, but it sounds like all that. I wouldn't mind going to a property. I just want to need one around me. I kind of just want to get out of my house and just, go you somewhere.
Poor Sean's been back for a long time.
Don, I heard you can find a deal on Facebook Marketplace. I heard it. Please.
Couldn't you? Such it on that. Somebody would actually just share that information. I know how to do it. That'd be perfect. Buddy.
Listen, that crap doesn't work.
No, clearly it doesn't.
Consistency, I'll tell you, it just doesn't work.
It doesn't. None of
Now, that's just one deal we mentioned. We are negotiating one in our neighborhood, like we mentioned. We don't have it under contract yet. They were hesitant to sign until they found a rental that they want to move into. But that's one, like Jonathan said, they owe too much. They really owe right now what it's worth. And so we are offering just to take it over. It needs just a couple of $1,000s in upgrades. And then it could be sold for probably $25,000 more. But they don't want to do the
take the time.
the couple thousand in repairs, and they don't want to sell their house and not know where they're going to be able to move and be homeless. And so I told them, you can do these repairs and I can sell the house as an agent for you, and you'll probably just pretty much break even. You might make a little bit, or I can just take it over and we'll take over your payments and put a lease option tenant buyer in there and in hopes that they'll purchase the house in 3 to 5 years. But there's no guarantee that that's going to get executed in that time frame either, because I don't have a crystal ball for where the market is going. It could dip significantly next year because of foreclosures due to COVID from this year.
Hopefully.
So we gave them the options and they said, we just want to give it to you. We don't want anything to do with it anymore.
They're ready to downsize. They don't want a house that their children can come back and live with them. They said that a couple times actually. So
they need a ranch, a small ranch. So we've been sending them rentals. Okay. Right.
right. I don't know if you found a place yet, but we saw this one that might be available.
So listen to their pain and their problems and solve their problems. And then
That's what I was gonna really say is you're gonna regurgitate that back to them. Hey, yeah, here's one. And look, I don't see any place for your children to sleep. You're gonna keep hitting them over the head with that pain point. I call it the cherry tree, but whatever you find out is their motivation. That's the thing you keep going. Why I call it the cherry tree? Brian Tracy, I told you that story before. For others, he was one of the best real estate salespeople of all time, and he goes to a house with a couple. In the yard, there's a blossoming cherry tree. The missus picks it up. She says, "Oh, I always wanted one of those whenever I got my house because we had one as a kid." So they go in the house, living room's carpet, dated, and husband says that, but Brian Tracy picked up on the cherry tree. So he says, "Yeah, but look right out the window, a beautiful blossoming cherry tree. Kitchens, when you're doing dishes, beautiful blossoming cherry tree. Upstairs, bedroom small, but it's got a view on it, looking out on that." So they bought a beautiful blossoming cherry tree that came with a house.
Right.
And what your people are looking for is a place where their kids don't go that comes with beds for them.
They have said that their adult children have moved back in with them more than once, and they don't want that to happen ever again. So they just are ready to downsize, so they don't have the space for them to come back, and that they don't have so much house to take care of. So
Yeah.
that's a great point. Solve their pain.
Man, we have lots of good gold nuggets on this call.
All right. Is there any other questions? If not, we will be done for the day and come back at you next week.
Yeah, and if you guys want to do, Rebecca, you're interested in a full-blown
FHA call.
FHA call, I'm happy to do that. No.
Hey, I think you should. I think it was a great call. Awesome nuggets. Thank you guys for doing it. And I would tell you, it seemed like I have interest also in the other thing where it's the non-organic, where you're paying for some ads to have a couple campaigns about to start like that. So I'm trying to learn myself as much as I can. So I think that would be a value for a future call, as well as that FHA one, man. I think that would help people quite a bit.
I'm going to take a couple notes on those, and then we'll get those ready to go.
Anything that we can learn about financing and mortgages in this climate, because if that's going to be our ultimate end goal, the more we know, the more we'll be able to set it up for that.
Yep. Absolutely.
Great. I love that. I'm weird. I just get goosebumps talking about financing.
Okay, you are weird, but that's okay.
I'm a math nerd, so
Math nerd.
yeah.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. We will just late.
Hey, everybody. It's Jay.
This is Annie.
We are so grateful for you joining us on our podcast and listening in and participating. We want to offer you this additional free bonus, and that is joining our Facebook group.
Yes, where we will have other individuals, not just us, but having conversations on all things real estate, and we would love to have you join us. So just click the link below and head on over and join our group.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the other side.